Welcome to Low Back Love. This is going to be a 1-hour slow flow, and you will need 2 blocks or books and also a towel, not a hand towel, but like a bath towel. So we're going to get started on the back. Set up your blocks, hip distance apart. If you don't have blocks, you can also put your feet up a wall hip distance. You'll just have to decide how far away from the wall you need to be. Okay. This is dumb. All right. Starting on the back, place your feet on the blocks and start to curl your tailbone upwards without it lifting from the ground at first. Squeezing the glutes together, push through your toes and lift an inch or 2 off the ground. Hands come onto the thighs and try to slide the flesh upwards. If doing this on the blocks doesn't work for you, you can always keep the feet on the ground. Draw down through the low belly. Keep curling the tailbone upwards to create space in that low back. We're trying to develop strength and openness. Good. And just keep reaching those thighs upwards. Good. And then slowly, we'll do this 3 times. Lower the upper, middle, and the lower back. And then curl the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, and lift back up. Lower the upper, middle, and lower back. And squeeze the glutes as you lift back up. Try to lift those hip points. Good. Last one. Lower down. Lift up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then lower down. Good. If you're on the wall, come away from it. Put your blocks to the side. From here, bring the right knee into the chest from the hip crease. Don't let your low back shorten. You want to really pull those ribs down, pull the knee in, and pause here. You can grab underneath the hamstring and start to walk the left leg away from you. You stop it where you feel the ribs are going to pull off. So pull it in and pause here. Squeeze that left glute. This next exercise we'll do 3 times. Pull the thigh in towards you, squeeze the left glute, and then release it. So you want to be pulling this in, pulling down through the low belly as you pull this in. Good. Relax. Pull it in a little bit more if you can. If not, don't worry about it. We're working on 2. Pull it in. Squeeze that left glute and the right too. Pull this thigh in. Relax. Give it a little bit closer. And pull it in. Hold. Good. Pull the thigh in and bring the left knee into the chest. Right leg gently comes down and then start to walk it forward. You might have a difference in sides. That's okay. Good. Once you find that optimal spot, your foot can also be on a block if you need it to be. I'll just show that here. Good. Start to pull the left thigh in towards you. Squeeze the right glute. Good. Release and pull. Release, draw down through the low belly, push down through the right heel, pull it in. Release, and then pull it in, bring the right knee in towards you. Good job. It's not easy, but these hip flexors tend to get tight and weak. We don't want that. From here, let's move on to a small abdominal sequence. The longer you get with your movements, the more difficult it will become. So I'm going to start with basic, And then you can work your way up or stay where you are, and that's okay. My goal is to make sure that these low ribs don't pop off the ground. So keep that contained. And we'll start with knee movements. So bring the left knee in and then the right knee. Kind of like you're marching in place and you want to slow the descent of the legs towards the ground. Good. You can also keep them lifted and they never touch the ground. So this is step 2. Step 3, hands come behind the head, lift up off the shoulders as you move the legs. Good. And then maybe you reach the left arm upwards. Maybe you reach the right arm upwards. Maybe you move your hands with the opposite thigh. So the left hand, right knee down, right hand, left knee down. And you keep curling the tailbone up. Keep the head in line with the spine or bring it back behind. 3, 2, or extend the legs. 1. Bring the knees in, let the head come down, and pause here. Taking notice that if your low back hurts here, then maybe you stick with the more basic exercise where you start with each foot on the ground. And that's okay. We all start somewhere. It helps to loosen up all the fascia in this low belly area. Good. Good. From here, go ahead and drop the knees towards the right, bringing the arms out into a wide T. The right knee can rest on a block if it doesn't make it all the way down, and push through the inner part of the left foot. So the left knee is not collapsing, it's pushing up at a 45. And then take this right hand and help lift the left ribs away from your left hip. Feel free to reach the left arm up overhead as well if the shoulder allows for that. If not, staying at a T works just fine, or use it to help the right hand. Breathe in, squeeze the left glute, exhale. Last breath in, and exhale. Inhale, come back to center, and allow the knees to drop to the left. Push through the inner part of the right foot. Adjust my mic here. Good. And then you can use the hands to help lift the right ribs out or up overhead or to the side. Breathe in. Squeeze that right glute. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one in. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. And in your own way, come on up to the top of your mat, where we'll begin the rest of our movement. For the remainder of the class, I will be using blocks to put under my hands. If you don't need them, you don't need them, but because we're trying to create space for the low back, it's sometimes nice to have that extra lift off of the ground. Feet are hip distance at the top of the mat. On the inhale, feel those knees soften and the tailbone lengthen down, reaching the arms up. On the exhale, bend your knees so much that you bring the hands down to the blocks. Inhale, step the right foot back, lower the right knee either onto a block or you can keep it lifted off of the ground. Inhale, squeeze this right glute, pull the left foot back, arms reach up overhead. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. On your exhale, hands come down to the blocks and step back here into high plank. Squeeze the glutes. Step the right foot forward. Lower the left knee on top of that left block and lift up. Draw in, pull back, squeeze the glute, arms reach high here. You can keep the toes curled under. And on your exhale, hands come down. Step forward. Inhale. Squeeze the glutes as you come up to stand, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, sit back in the hips, bend the knees, bend, bend, bend. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee onto a block or the mat. And on your inhale, come up. We're going to reach our arms wide as if we were to hug someone. And on your exhale, bring your fists together, thumbs face up, and then bring the backs of the hands together as you punch your heart and really try to reach those bottom ribs backwards. Drop the chin. Inhale, open up, create space. Don't let the ribs go forward. Exhale, bring it in, tuck the chin, reach the elbows forward. Inhale, open up. Last one, exhale, bring the fists in, punch the heart, drop the chin. And then inhale, reach the arms forward, bring the hands down. You can either step back into plank or step forward. Step the right foot back, bring in block underneath the right knee. Or again, remember, you can stay lifted. Arms reach out for a hug. Here we go. Let's open up this hip flexor. Exhale, back of the hands. Tuck the chin. Reach the elbows forward. Squeeze that right glute so much. Inhale, open up. Exhale, punch. Reach the ribs back. Create space for movement. Last one. Inhale, open up. Exhale, punch and reach it back. Inhale, forward, sit back in the hips as you bring the hands down and step forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, shake it out. Moving into our first sequence. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, we're going to work on our hip hinges. So bring the hands to the hip crease and sit back into the hips as you slide the hands down, and notice if your knees want to push your hands forward. We don't want that. So push those shins back. Notice how my toes are grounded. Inhale, slide the hands back up and push the glutes into the hands. Head is in line with the spine. Inhale, sit back and come up. Good. Do a few more of these at your own pace. If it's hard for you to pull the head back, you can always put something behind the head. You can put your hand behind your head, or some people use a wooden stick to help them sit back. It's up to you. If you're good here, look at the way my knees are centrated over my foot. Last one, bring it down. Hands onto the blocks, stepping the right foot back. Move the blocks with me as I side lunge left to right. So the same thing happens here. I'm sitting back into the hip creases as I shift my weight left to right. I can also stay up here if bringing the hands down to the blocks is too much. We're trying to open up these inner thighs. Good. And then straighten both, bringing the hands to the highest version of the block. And on your inhale, pull the heart forward and try to slide the shoulders down the ribs. And on the exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. There is a softness to the knees here, so don't lock them out. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, pull that low belly in as if you were punching your heart like earlier. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one in. And exhale. Good. From here, walk the hands back towards the left foot. Turn the toes with you. So we're in this bent knee on both legs. From here, shift the hips back into runner stretch. My toes are lifting. I'm bending both of the knees. Good. And then as my left foot lands, I'm inhale, opening up to the left. It's not a big movement. I'm not letting my shoulder cave in. So if you're not looking, take a look at this is caving in. I want that shoulder on my back. Inhale, open up. Exhale, runner stretch, both knees bent. You can lower the knee as well. Inhale, open the heart to the left. Exhale, shift it back. 2 more. Don't lift the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, open it to the left. And on your exhale, step it back into down dog. Knees are bent here. So if you feel like you're too close, you can walk those feet away. I'm lifting up from my hip creases. And then turn the toes and knees to the left. And bend those knees as much as you can. Push through the left hand. And then turn the toes and knees to the right. Push through the right hand. These are down dog heel swivels. Move back and forth from a place of strength, which means pull those ribs in. And then ever so slowly, either walk your hands back or walk your feet forward. And we'll come up to stand at the top of the mat. Moving on to the next side. Exhale, hinge in the hips. Inhale, come back up, squeeze the glutes, push into the hands. Good. Hip hinging here. Don't let the chin lift. Go as fast or as slow as you need to. It took me like 3 years to retrain this. Good. Hold it down here. Hands come to the blocks. And then move them with you to the left, opening up for side lunges. So feet are wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to turn to face you again. Shifting the weight left and right. Try to root through your toes. Don't let the heels lift. If one side feels better than the other, maybe try to hold it longer. Maybe you need it somewhere else. Good. And then from here, turn back to your front leg. Oh, we're straddling, just kidding. Inhale, we'll do 3 of these. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, pull the ribs up, tuck the chin, look towards your pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale. Create space, feel the shoulders separate. Last one in. And exhale. Good. Inhale, turn back towards the front of the mat, towards that right foot. And send the hips back, pulling up those right toes, bending both of your knees. Feel as if your heart is reaching forward, but don't let the chin lift. And on your exhale, left knee comes down. Inhale, open up to the right. You can bring the hand behind the head or reach it up. Exhale, shift back. 3 more. Inhale, lower the left knee, open up. Exhale, shift back. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. And exhale, bring the hands down, step back into down dog with the knees bent. Feet are hip distance. Turn the toes and knees to the right. Feel equal weight in both your hands and turn the toes and knees to the left. Good, scrub it out. If you want an extra bonus, turn the toes and knees to the right and lift your left heel super high off the ground. And turn the toes and knees to the left. Keep the right heel super lifted. And then walk your hands backward or walk your feet forward. Inhale, come up to stand. Next sequence, inhale, arms reach forward and up. And step the right foot back, coming into a crescent lunge. So here we're bending this right knee a lot so that the pelvis isn't pitched forward, which shortens that low back. So really tuck it down, feel the ribs knit together, and on the inhale, reach them up. From here, the left hand grabs the wrist and pulls it upwards, creating space in this right side. Take a breath in, squeeze that right glute, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one in, and exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Step the right foot forward into chair. Good. So I'm sitting back, my knees aren't forward. And then open up to the left for goddess. Arms can be wherever they need to be. You can keep them on the hips to maintain the pelvis. Step forward to chair. Step to the right for goddess. Step forward to chair. You can add movements with the arms if you want to. The point is we're keeping that tailbone rooted, the ribs in, as we move through this. You can make this movement as fast or as slow as you want. We're staying low. Last one, open to the right, hold here. Good. And on your exhale, right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Inhale, come up. And we're going to bring this left leg out and parallel with the right knee. So it'll look like this from this side. Put soft padding under your knee if you need to. Keep this glute engaged. Inhale, reach the arms up. And on your exhale, bring your right hand down. Inhale, left arm comes over. So sweep it in front of the body and then bring it over your ear. Let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. Squeeze that right glute still. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, left hand slides down the left thigh. Right arm reaches over the right ear. Let your left ear fall to your left shoulder. Do that one more time. Inhale, come up. Right hand down. Left arm sweeps in front and over. Don't sink into that shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, left arm reaches down. We're trying to open up this quadratus lumborum and oblique area. Inhale, come to center. Bring that left foot in so the knee is bent and the left toes face away. So that looks like this, and I'll demo it from this angle. So that right glute is on, and we'll do small lunges to the left to open up this groin, making sure that the knee doesn't track in and it's tracking over that second toe on the left foot. Good, and hold here. You can bring the hand down to a block, maybe get more opening in that right side body. And then from here, turn the chest downwards and bring the left knee in towards the right. Curl the toes under, lift up and back into down dog. Pull that low belly up with you. From here, walk the hands back into a high, happy squat. So my knees are bent, my hips are high, and this is where a towel or a block comes into play. I have a block, but you can also take one of the throw pillows you don't use on your couch and stuff it between your belly and your thighs and fold over it. You can use the second block to place your hands on and breathe into this. We'll take 5 breaths here. Our space is coming from a place of strength because we need it to push the block away. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing. Fill up that low back. Last breath in. Exhale. Go ahead, inhale, squeeze the glutes as you come up to stand and walk towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Step the left foot back this time. Tuck that tailbone under. Maintain your pelvis here. Good, squeeze that left glute. We're taking the right hand to grab the left wrist and pull it upwards. Feel your left ribs reach out of your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release. And go ahead and open up to goddess on the left. Step forward to chair pose. Open up to the right. Go ahead, moving in our hip sockets. Be careful of your toe placement because that's what guides your knees. Good. Staying centrated. Use your hands as tactile feedback on what's happening in your torso. Last one. We'll face left on our mat and cartwheel the left hand down. And then the left knee lands underneath the left hip. And bring your right foot straight out in line with that left knee. Inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Right arm reaches up and over. Squeeze that left glute. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right hand slides down the right leg as the left arm can sweep forward and then up and over. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand lands, right arm reaches over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come back up. Bend the right knee, right toes face away from you. Hands to hips as we begin to lunge into the right inner thigh. Head is in line with the spine. Keep squeezing that left glute. Go ahead and pause in that groin stretch. You might not make it that far, and that's okay. I can't make it that far on this side. Good. Adding a side bend if wanted. You can bring that hand to a block. And inhale, come up. Bring the right knee next to the left. Curl the toes under and lift up and back into down dog. Walk your hands back towards the feet. Really bend in that hip crease. Taking that pillow or block. Folding over. 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Create space. Exhale. Shake the head yes and no. Good, and on your inhale, squeeze the glutes, come up to stand, and walk towards the front of the mat. Now let's stream all of it together. So we had our 2 sequences, and now we're adding them. Feel free to do what you want to do. If you don't like something I suggest, you can do the way we did it before. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Feel those ribs lift but not go forward. Exhale, hip hinge. We're combining this with a side lunge. Inhale, come up. Step the right foot out to the right and side lunge to the right. Inhale, step it forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, come up, step the right foot out. Exhale, side lunge to the right. Inhale, exhale, hinge. Inhale, up. Exhale, hinge. You can use your hands at whatever guide you need to. Exhale. Hold it out to the side lunge. Bring it in. Exhale and pause. Hands come down. Step the right foot back. And here we are in our runner stretch. So both knees are bent. Left toes can be lifted if needed. And we'll shift back and forth. So here we are in runner stretch. The left toes will land and we'll straighten into a pyramid. So the left heel doesn't need to land. And I'm bending and straightening. Good. So it's a little bit of a rocking. We shift forward, the toes are down. I'll do this so that way you can see my feet. If you don't quite get this down, it's not the end of the world. Good. Here we are, pause and pyramid. So both all my toes on my left foot are down. My back heel can be lifted as much as it needs to. My left knee is a little bit bent. I'm exhaling, pulling up in the ribs and shimmying them left to right. Stick with this, or turn the left toes inward and the right toes inward and pause here. Getting some internal rotation, bend the knees as much as you need to. Good, turn the toes back to normal. Step the left foot back next to the right and lower the knees. Hands come down underneath the shoulders. Knees come together, toes go as wide as your mat. Inhale, pull the heart forward. We aren't gonna dip that low into the low back. But on your exhale, really pick the low belly up and tuck the tailbone down as you drop your head. Having the knees together, inhale, helps us access that low back. A little bit more, exhale. If you want more of a wrist stretch, turn the fingers to face back towards you and bend those elbows. Inhale. Exhale, keep the elbows bent as you push up into the upper back. Last one in. After this, we're going into high goddess. Stay up in your scary cat. Turn your fingers around if you haven't already. Curl the toes under, and as you push back, drop the heels in as you walk the hands back. So our feet are a little wider, the toes are spread apart. And I'm sitting back into the hips and walking my hands as far forward as I can. If this is too much, then you can also walk your hands in more towards you. Let the head drop, come up onto the fingertips and really pull the ribs in. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. See if there's more space since we used that block there. Good. Turn the toes forward and walk the hands and feet forward. Feet are hip distance. As you inhale, sit back into the hips and reach the heart up into chair. Pausing here. Feeling weight in both the heels and toes. You can reach the arms back, thumbs facing down. Head is in line with the rest of the spine. And then open up to the right for goddess here. Your knees don't have to be bent that much. It's just enough to have a softness. Tailbone down, ribs in. Inhale, arms reach wide. Exhale, punch the heart. Drop the chin. Inhale, open. Exhale, punch and drop the chin. Push the heart back, lift the elbows up. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, and then from here, cartwheel towards the front of the mat. Right hand comes down, right knee comes down. It can be on a pillow if needed. And we'll walk that left foot out to be in line with that left knee. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And on your exhale, you can bring the hand behind the head and close the chest off towards the ground. If this feels good, you can also reach the left arm forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, close and reach. Inhale, open. Exhale, close and reach. Hold here. Good. And then from here, walk those left toes back towards the front of the mat. Curl the back toes under and open up to the right side of the mat for warrior two. Pause here. Inhale, arms reach wide, pull those ribs in, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, reverse, but don't let the ribs go forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh, right arm reaches over, and from here, squeeze that right glute. We'll push into the outer edge of the right foot and bend that right knee, and then straighten it by reaching through the outer edge of the right foot. Bend that right knee, and then straighten it. Reach through the outer edge of the foot. Good, one more time, bend it, really sit back, and straighten it, reaching it up and over. And then on your exhale, bring both hands down, step forward. Inhale, come up to stand. Here we go. Hip hinge, and then side lunge to the left. Sit back in the hips. Inhale, come up. Step the left foot out, side lunge to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. It should be second nature by now. Feel the weight equal in the front and back of your foot. Good, last one. Hold it down here. Step your left foot back into runner's stretch. Good. If you like this, you can always stay here. Or shift the toes forward, shift the hips back. Good. Lift the toes, toes stay on the ground, and just move back and forth. Good, last one. Toes land. Inhale, exhale, pick the ribs up off the thigh just a little bit, and then shimmy them left to right. And then option here to turn the right toes inward and the left toes inwards, bending the knees as much as you need to. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Good, turn the toes back to normal. Step the right foot back towards the left, lower the knees. Toes go out, knees stay in. Inhale, pull the heart forward. And on the exhale, drop the tailbone, lift the ribs. Option to turn those fingers back towards you. Exhale. Find space, kind of like we're punching our heart. Last one. Exhale, stay picking up in the low belly. Turn the hands around, curl the toes under, lift the hips, then drop the heels in as you walk backwards. Good. High goddess, pull the ribs in, reach the fingers forward. If blocks is too short, you can always use a chair or a couch. Inhale. Pick up the belly button. Last one in. Exhale, turn the toes forward, walk the hands and feet towards the front of the mat. Coming up into chair pose, feet are hip distance apart. Strong in the core. You can add arms out in front for an extra added load. And then open up to the left for high goddess. Woo. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, back of the hands meet round that upper back with strength and control. Inhale, open up. Ribs stay pulled in, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, punch the heart, reach the elbows forward. Last one in. Exhale. And inhale, come up. Bring the left hand down to the front of the mat, left knee down. And walk the right toes out in line with that left knee. They face away from you. Left hand underneath the left shoulder, right hand behind the head. Take a breath in. Exhale, close your chest off and maybe reach the right arm forward and down. Create space. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Don't let that left shoulder sink. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in. And exhale. Stay closed off. Wiggle those right toes back towards the front of the mat. Curl the back toes under and open up into warrior two. Take a breath in. Reverse your warrior one time. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, right elbow to right thigh. Left arm reaches over. Tuck that tailbone down. Squeeze that left glute. Here we go. Bend the left knee. Straighten and push into the outer edge of the left foot. Bend the left knee. Straighten and push into the outer edge of the left foot. Last one. Bend and straighten. Good. Look down. Bring the hands down. Step your back foot forward and come down to seated in your own way. Let's slow it down. You can move the blocks away. Bring the fingertips behind you. Feet are wider than the hips. And just allow the knees to go to the left and then the right, windshielding them back and forth, paying attention to where the sticky spots are. Good. And then hold the knees going to the left. Bring the left foot on top of the right thigh. Take a breath in, grow tall through the top of the head. And on the exhale, walk your fingers forward and guide your chest over to the left knee. If you want more of a hip stretch, walk the hands to the right. If you want more of a twist, walk the hands to the left behind you. Whatever variation you're doing, take 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Let it go, maybe out through the mouth. And last one. And on your inhale, push up through your hands, lift up and turn. This time, the right foot will be on top of the left thigh. Grow tall through the top of the head as you inhale. And exhale, walk your hands forward, chest in line with the right knee to start. And then you can walk it to the left for that hip stretch, or to the right for a twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it out. Inhale, coming on up. Turn and come onto your back for Shavasana. You can pause the video here if you want a longer Shavasana, but we'll come up real quick, so it's up to you. Legs are wider than hip distance. Actually, if you want to take those 2 blocks, put them at an angle close to your butt, and then straighten the legs. That helps. Bring the palms face up. You can also do this with books, remember, or pillows. Taking a few breaths here to absorb your practice and to hopefully be able to breathe better because we've created more space in the torso. One at a time, bring each knee into the chest. And in your own way, come on up to seated. Hands come to the knees. Thank you for taking time today to give your low back some love. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a comment below. Enjoy your day.